actually found a job at a chiropractic office when I was 18 years old.
Awesome.
And to me, it just made sense. I mean, I had chronic migraines. I had kidney problems. And when I got under chiropractic care, those things went away.
So the chiropractor was prescribing some amazing drugs to get rid of your migraines and your other problems? Yeah?
He told me that he
Kidney
doesn't
problems.
do that.
Oh, okay.
He actually does, things without drugs or surgery.
Oh, hold on. I have a question here. Stay there.
Yes, go for it.
Because there's a whole lot of people out there in the world who struggle with migraines and kidney problems. They probably have no idea a chiropractor could provide any benefit to those things without prescription drugs.
Right, and you know what? We don't treat diseases, right?
That's right. Chiropractors do not treat diseases.
We do not treat diseases.
Do you want to know why? They tell us we can't. That's why. Okay.
So anyway, so after a while, I was like, I really wanted to do something that was, I really wanted to make sure that I could make changes in people's lives. So actually, I started as a massage therapist. I went to massage therapy school. I did that for 8 years. I had a successful practice in Austin, Texas. And, but there was, again, that little voice that said, you could do so much more. And at the time I was a massage therapist and I was, a chiropractic assistant, and I was taking films. I was doing basically everything in the office but adjust, right? And, one day this little baby came into the office that I was working at, 12 days old. And the parents were telling me that, the doctors had given up. She would stop breathing up to 80 times a day.
Oh.
Basically, this child was on her way out. And
sometimes they call this in medicine failure to thrive.
Yes.
That's actually the diagnosis.
That's what they gave her, exactly. And so they ended up on our doorstep, and we did a scan of the neck, a thermography scan, and it was black at the atlas. Jeez. It was black. I mean, that means that there's just nothing, showing up at that area. And at the atlas, the very top bone of the spine, we saw that, and the doctor was like, okay, we need to adjust this baby's atlas. And it was so gentle. It was so gentle. He just took his little pinky right here and just adjusted that atlas. And on that table, that baby, for the first time screamed. You know that scream you always want to hear when the baby's born? Didn't do that. Did not do that. And, could barely even have a suckling reflex, and all of a sudden that baby just turned pink from head to toe, screamed. Everybody was like crying in the room, and had a bowel movement right there on the table. So basically exploded with life.
That is incredible.
And that was the moment I decided I had to become a chiropractor. I knew there was something I needed to do, but different, but that's really when it changed my life.
Well, this is phenomenal. Okay, so people have heard around the world, including in Yuba City this last week. I was there for 3 days speaking in front of audiences. I just want you to know, I had told my story about my son being adjusted at 4.5 months old, and that's what took me away from entering med school to go to chiropractic school. Wow. I wanted to know, what did this chiropractor know in a minute of touching my kid's head and neck, and then adjusting him and correcting all the problems we had seen 9 pediatricians for in 4.5 months. Were only prescribed antibiotics. The 4th antibiotic caused my kid to go into a grand mal seizure that the medical doctor then blamed me for over the phone and said, my drug would have never done that I prescribed you. What did you do? Drop your baby or shake your baby, Mr. Ardis, to cause that seizure? And I couldn't believe the arrogance and the pompousness to blame me for something when I actually just put the medicine in his mouth while nursing. So I have had my own personal experience and witness of my own entire life being changed as a result of my own child's, all of his health problems being removed by adjusting the atlas, which was out of alignment because of the use of forceps at birth.
Yeah.
And anyway, that was pretty awful. So I really appreciate you sharing this story again. So